Hello there. This video is to accompany my first applique pattern that I'm publishing over on my blog, which I'll put details in this post, or if this goes up on YouTube I'll put it in the description box down below. But basically it's an A4 size picture of a beach scene, beach huts. Could do that being a bit further away. Hey ho, I'm so new to this, bear with. But I've prepared the applique. This basically comes with a pattern with all of the pieces that you need to cut out, drawn on a pattern piece for you. And I'm going to do photo tutorials on my blog to go alongside this video to show all of the processes to get it prepared, ready for this stage. Okay, so we'll put the picture to one side. This is my ready prepared applique. It's on a piece of calico that's been stabilised with iron-on heavy interfacing on the back. I've stuck the background down with scraps of Bondaweb. I use Bondaweb for my applique because that's what works for me, and it keeps everything nice and flat while I'm working. And each little piece from the pattern has been cut out or traced onto Bondaweb and then ironed onto fabric and cut out. And I'm going to have a go today at, excuse that wobbling, at showing you how I'm going to sew it. Okay, you can refer back to my other video about setting your machine up for free motion work, but basically I've set it up, feed dogs are down, and I'm ready to go. I don't know how much of this I'll get done. I'm hoping that I can do it in the 15-minute IGTV window. We'll see. I'm going to start with the beach huts, and I won't be doing an awful lot of talking from now on because I'll just be stitching. That's it, so down that side. Now, not everybody does this, but I do. I like to turn my work when I get to a point like that so that I can see where I'm going. You can just carry on going forwards and backwards through the machine, but for me personally, this is just the way I like to do it. It's not wrong if you don't move your work round. Just do what works for you. Go over that line again. I like to go over each line twice, just because I like the way it looks. Right, and then we get to this bit, the door. I'm going to start going around the door, so we don't have to break our thread for each element of the design. And stitching just inside the edge. So you just follow the line of the fabric, basically. You're not actually having to think what you're drawing, you're just doing that line just inside the edge. I'm going to do that stripe there. I should have actually done the others, but that doesn't matter. A little wobble there, but that's okay. You see here I'm actually okay going forward, backwards. I just go with the flow, however I feel, okay? It doesn't really matter if you do or you don't. Just go how each element of it feels best. And little wobbles are absolutely fine because it actually makes it look like a sketch. It got that lovely handmade look to it then. Oh, I've just wobbled the camera again, there you go. Right, so now I've done all of that. I don't actually want to carry straight onto the roof. I'm going to do that by cutting the thread and starting again. So I've just got to fold that because it's getting in the way of the camera down there, but don't worry about that. Right, now I'm going to do the roof. Oh, big wobble. That's because I was messing about with the fabric. Don't worry about that. Correct it on the way back. Just do a straight line on the way back, and that wobble can just be part of the character. going to do here, I'm just going to stop at that point and then just do like a little diamond shape that you sometimes get on the end of a shed roof. You can put as much detail into it as you want to, really. Again, it's nothing right or wrong, it's up to you. And the handle on the door is going round and round and round and coming in towards the middle so that you fill in tiniest little movements. I'm just going to trim that thread there, trim it right close down to the fabric. I'm going to do the flag next. Start at the roof, a line up. I'm going to do a little circle and go that way and that way, and then I'll do the little window on that beach hut. I'm going to do the inside bit first. Circles are really a lot more fun to do than you would imagine. It's the tiniest little movement of your hands to make it go around in a circle. Just want that thread out of the way, so I'm going to cut that. That hasn't stuck down there, that's okay. I'll just go carefully over that. It's a really tiny movement. And if it's wobbly, it doesn't matter. There we go. So that's one beach hut done, and then I think we'll go and do a cloud. Basically start wherever you want to start. I tend to find the main elements are the easiest ones to start with, but you can do whatever you like. My machine's got a nice big throat space here, big working space, but you might just have to fidget your fabric around a bit so that you fit it in there if you've got a smaller machine. You can see the needle's actually going up and down fast here, but I'm not moving it very fast. Not moving the fabric very fast, so that's giving me a really nice solid line with very compact stitches very close together. And then here I'll just cut that one. Might be able to pull that through, let's see. No. And trim that, so you've got the cloud done as well. Let's have a go at doing the parasol now. I think I'll start up here. Well, that didn't stick down very well with the bonder web, but it doesn't matter because I'll gently go up and down. And I do try and go over every line twice just because I love the way it looks. Go over these twice. I have to do the pole now. And then what I'm going to do down here is just a little sort of dent in the sand where that pole's sticking in the sand. Like I said, do as much or as little detail as you want to. It's your thing, you do you. What you will notice is that, see these little blue marks here, that's where I've used a water-soluble pen to mark some of the details, and I've got the same on the sandcastle here. It's just so that when I actually come to do those, I've at least got a guide of roughly where I want to stitch to get the detail that I want to achieve in the picture. So we're doing all right for time. I probably won't get the whole picture done in this video, but we'll see. I'm just going to go up this way so I can see what I'm doing here. Tiny little movements here, just to to do these little turrets on the castle. Let's go back that way, I think, and then we'll do the top part. It's okay to do the to move the fabric a lot slow when you're working on very detailed areas. Just gives you a little bit more control. When you're doing something you're very quick at and confident with, then you can fly a bit more. Little flag there. If I manage the technology, I will get this put up on YouTube, but it's not something I've ever done from my phone before. So if that doesn't happen, it's going to be on Instagram TV, and I'll see if I can save it in my stories. But obviously then that just means that people who aren't on Instagram won't be able to see it, which is a bit of a shame. And I may not be able to embed it into my blog, but hey. So that's the little sandcastle done. I'm just going to do a little door on each of these now. I'm not going back over these ones, I just want them single line, but that's okay. Let's just trim the threads. Like I said on my video on preparing to free motion, so you don't have to pull the threads through to the back, you can just trim them very close. You're doing such tiny stitches so close together that the threads are very unlikely to become unravelled. Do the bucket now. Handle. And I'm just going to go over that bit a bit more to make it look like a proper handle. I'm going to go over this one twice. Okay, and then we'll do this little spade. There's no right or wrong place to start your stitching on each element of the design. Just start it wherever you feel is best for you. You do want to make sure that you can get just inside the outer edge of the fabric, so that you're catching all of the fabric in it and you're not going to have lots of frayed edges. You can see it's very, very close to the edge of the fabric there. Okay, how are we doing for time? 12 minutes, okay. What should we do next? Let's do the bunting. In fact, I might do that. I'll do this beach hut first. Right, I'm going to save a little bit of time by jumping up onto the roof here. I think I'm going to run out of time for... Do you know what? I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to try and put this on YouTube rather than Instagram. I've changed my mind. I thought other people might plan this sort of thing ahead. But hey. Not me. That's far too grown up. Right, I'm going to do this little row of bunting while I'm there. The first of all a row of stitches along the top, and then I'll do each little flag, and I'm only going to do these once. I might do that one again actually, because it's just got to take each bit as it comes, to be honest. I'll do that little diamond there again. Of a wobbly line on that roof again, so I'm going to do a straighter one on the second go. Let's do the flag while we're up there. There go the dogs. The postman's at the door. I'm just going to keep going, I think. Got a slightly different handle there. So let's do the window. I'll do the glass first and then the outside. Now, one thing I want people to do with these pictures is you don't have to follow my picture faithfully. You can move the elements around, put them wherever you want them. Add elements, take the elements away. Make it completely your own. That's the most important thing. If you want to follow the pattern faithfully, then that's fine, because you'll have all of the pictures that I've drawn to help you with that. But feel free to just do your own thing. Okay, let's do this last one here. I am going to turn it now because I went a bit wobbly when I didn't last time. Now, this has got a lot of sewing in it, this little picture. So you'll probably want to take your time and do it a bit more slowly than I am, at least while you're getting used to the technique. Have fun with your fabrics as well. This uses very, very tiny pieces of fabric, so it's really good for using up little scraps of treasures that you've got. The only thing is you'll find you're unable to throw away even the smallest piece from now on. Ask me how I know. Go up here. And again, I am just going to jump up onto the roof bit rather than breaking the thread. Diamond bit. Oops, a little wobble there, never mind. Along the top row of the bunting. These are very, very tiny pieces, so you might find they fray a bit, so try and get your stitching just inside the edge of the fabric. Okay, and then we'll do the window. Just realised I'm completely forgetting to breathe while I'm doing this. It is a good idea to breathe. There we are. Do the door handle, and that's another little door knob. Round and round in little circles, and then coming in tiny little movements into the centre. Just fill it in. I'm just going to trim these threads now, right down close, as close as you can get to the stitching. And let's just have a look. We've got the beach. You can see where I've gone a bit wobbly, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. So that's the beach huts done, and then it's just a matter of going on and doing all the other bits. And I will carry on doing them. It may be edited. I don't know. If I can work out how to edit things, that would be exciting, wouldn't it? Let me just move that so I can see where I'm going. I'll cut that as well. What should we do next? I think we'll do the life belt. Okay, with this one I'm going to go around the outer edge. I'll do that twice. And when I get up here, I'm just going to do the top of the pole as well. Okay. Cut the thread, and then I'll do the inside of the ring. I'll go around once, and then when I'm doing my second pass, I'll do the little edges of the red bits. I always tend to do details like that on the second pass, so I'll do the main outline, and then I'll add the details in. And what we're going to do here is we're going to outline the pole. But I'm also going to put what looks like a little hook for the ring to hang on. Tiny little details, which you can choose to add or not add, it's entirely up to you. And then I'm going to do the bottom of the pole. And what I will do later is I might come in with some green thread and put some like marram grass growing around the bottom of the pole. Or I might not. Let's see. I think I did actually do that on the picture that I drew. You can see on the picture there I drew some grass. But what we could do for its easy sake is just to do like a little squiggle on the sand, so it's grounding that into the sand, so it's not floating in space. So I will leave the grass on the pattern, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can choose to do grass or not. Right, what should we do now? Should we do the surfboard? This should be fun. Just take your time going around the outline. So go around the outline and then just add in details to the tree. You can follow the outlines of the fabric as close as you want, but you can add in extra details, it's really not a problem. I always tend to go a bit off piece with some of these and add in my extra details. Right, now go for some leaves, palm leaves. They don't have to be perfect because it will still look like a little palm tree, and they're very tiny shapes, so it doesn't even matter if you go over the outline of it. Let's go up here, do this side. Don't give yourself a hard time if you find it hard to stick to the outlines. It doesn't really matter. Just believe me, you can fudge it quite a lot and it'll still look good. Right, I'm going to go around the whole outline once more. So we've got a double line there. Unfortunately, you can't see what's going on under the thing, but if I have the camera set up differently, I can't actually see to work. So there you go. Got your surfboard. Let's do this bucket and spade here. There's the handle for the bucket. It's me describing all these things. You may not be able to see them, and I can't keep stopping to check. I'm filming this on my phone so I don't have a camera that I can video on. I hope it's actually going to be alright. And it's not like all the millions of YouTube art videos I've watched where you can actually have the camera above your head, because if I did that you wouldn't be able to see anything. So I'm trying to do it at a funny angle so you can at least see some of what I'm doing. I managed to get the thread caught there, never mind. Right, and then this spade. And that spade is slightly behind that bucket, so we don't need to go around the whole outline of it. Just a few little bits to go now. These are little fiddly details, but they do actually add quite a bit. And I've just got to finish off the sand and stuff as well. Right, so I'll go to the beach ball. This might be a fun challenge. Go around in a circle first, and then I think we'll go down here and we'll go around the whole outline. There's lots of tiny little pieces of fabric stuck on here. If you want to do a solid ball you can, it's really not a problem. Just choose some fun fabric to make the ball instead of different colours. I'm having to go around each little outline there, because I didn't overlap them, which would have been a much better idea. So it looks like a beach ball, so that's okay. I've got my thread caught down there, so I'll just pull it through. Okay, beach towel next. And if you want to do the edge a bit wavy, you can. Movement and go over it all again. Okay, another bucket here. down here, I'm just going to put like a little, again, another little wiggle in the sand. It just helps to ground things a bit. That's got to have a longer handle coming down here because that's actually the top of the bucket. There we go. And then just a couple of little sandcastles. And we'll do a little line in the sand again just to ground them in the sand. Let's do this one. Let's start with that bit, shall we? And then we'll go around again and then do the little flag. A couple more bits to go, and then we've got a few more little details to do. And we'll be done. Rubber ring here. Oh, that's caught. So my machine sometimes catches underneath. That's it, just the thread got caught. Start again. And go around the centre of the ring twice. I think circles are one of my favourite things to do. It's quite a gentle and relaxing thing to do. Inflatable. Trim those threads, pull that one through there. Right, and then the ring's lying on top of this here, so I'm going to start here and go all the way around the outline. I'm going to do like a little, you see, I'll show you in a minute, but like a little, almost like a little scallop at the bottom, just to look like the inflatable is nice and plump. That's it, and then that goes in there. And then I'm bringing another line down the side because then you get the more 3D look of the inflatable. Otherwise it just looks like a completely flat piece of fabric. This actually makes it look like a mattress on airbed. Okay, and then we're going to just go up here. Oh, I forgot to go around there again. Okay, let's just do that little bit, because that will annoy me if I don't. There we are. Okay, so that's all of our main elements stitched now. Quite quick once you get going. And then we've just got a few little details. I've got the edge of the water to do, and I'm just going to do that with a wavy line. You could always do it with white if you wanted to, and you could always, if you wanted to, add some white French knots to look like the foam of the sea. And the nice thing about these is you can actually add hand embroidery in to pictures like this, and it gives it a little bit more texture and yeah, just basically a bit more texture. You can basically do whatever you like with it. You could hand stitch the whole thing if you felt really brave. You don't have to do it in free machine embroidery either. You can just do it with a very short straight stitch, but that does involve an awful lot of turning and all that kind of thing. But you know, it's not wrong. You can do it that way if you want to. Okay, and this is just the sand in between the beach huts. Just the top of the sand. Just mainly just to, I'm stitching this mainly for a bit of detail, but also to keep the fabric in place. There's a tiny little gap there. And then after this, we've just got the birds. I think I might do another little line by the beach huts. I can see that thread on there hasn't been cut. Let's trim that. And then this bit. And this bit here. Gosh, we're getting a lot of time here. It's 35 minutes of me doing this so far. I thought it might take 20 minutes. I didn't think it would take that long. Never mind. Never mind. Live and learn. And I'm going to do seagulls. Just like the birds we used to draw at school. Like a little curvy V shape. And that just fills up that sky a bit. And those little blue marks that I've got with my soluble water erasable pen are just a guideline. Doesn't matter if you don't stick to them exactly. Just a rough guide so I know where things are going to be. Thread got sucked under there, but that's okay. Let's just trim that down. And trim the birds. Oh, you have to pull it taut and you can get really close down to the threads. I can't find my proper thread snips, but never mind. Okay, I'm now going to, I think, just do a little line between each beach hut just to add a bit more. Just to kind of, so the beach huts aren't floating in space either. Just to make it look like a bit of lumpy sand. It's a bit like when you're drawing a sketch and you put what's called a drop shadow under something and it just grounds it so it's not a cup floating in space or something on your picture. I'll do a little bit here. Doesn't matter if it joins up with that. Okay, so let's just trim these threads. I tend to trim the threads as I'm going along just because I don't then get horribly tangled. So starting at that edge, everything's stitched now. And let's see if I can move the machine and see if I can get it so you can see the whole thing. Not quite, eh? But there you go. And that's an A4 size picture, so that you can put that straight into an A4 frame. You could peel off the interfacing on the back and use it as a centre for a cushion. Use it to make a front of a beach bag. All sorts of things you can use this for. Anyway, that's my first of my new designs that I'm bringing out, and they'll have photo tutorials on my blog. There will be a PDF download on my blog, and because I don't want to exclude anybody who may be struggling financially at the moment with this horrible coronavirus outbreak, I don't want it to exclude anybody who wants to make something at home. And so the way I'm going to do this is I'm not going to put them into Etsy to sell as a PDF. I'm going to put them as a downloadable PDF on my blog, and it will be a pay what you can arrangement. There'll be a PayPal button so that if you wish to and if you can donate to my PayPal just to try and cover a bit of my time with this, that would be amazing. But please don't feel guilty if you can't. Just have it as a gift from me, to give you something to enjoy at the moment. There'll be a lot more information coming up on my first blog post about these, and if I do manage to beat the technology and get this up onto YouTube, all of the information and the links will be in the description box down below. If I only manage to get it onto part of it onto Instagram TV, because it's too long for that now, then I will be putting a post up with information as well. But we'll have to see how I get on with the technology, and whether I can rope in my boy to help me with some of that. But thank you for watching. The pattern, by the time this video goes up, the pattern will be on my blog with a blog post with a full photo tutorial on the blog, as well as downloadable pattern and PDF with photographs, giving you a PDF tutorial that you can then either print if you want to, or watch on a device, or refer to on a tablet or your phone. But yeah, if you've got any questions, depending on what platform I post this on, then do feel free to ask. But thank you for watching. Bye.